guitar. Audio. Input 2. Let's go. No, input 3. Never mind. Input 3. Let's go. This is. So this becomes. Copy that. Acoustic guitar. Near. That's for the close mic. And then we'll put it there, and then go acoustic guitar. Far. And yes, I am gonna fix the capital letter on that near, because little things like that bother the shit out of me. Alright, boom. Alright, record on both of these. I need to mute the channels. Yo, how about you chill with the fucking horns so that I don't hear them in my headphones right now. There we go. And this will let me hear the click a little bit better. Maybe I'll leave the far one in there. Let's try that. Okay. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. That seems like it might be better. Let's test it. Oh, hold on. Back it up. Let's see. Nah, it's still too loud. Alright. So now we eliminate the microphone from my headphones so that I don't hear the guitar so loud. You can always just take one ear. I'm gonna talk. I guess that's kind of for like layman stuff. I'm gonna talk like a bricklayer because that's how I do everything. If you don't know, you can always just take one ear off and give yourself a little bit of the natural room environment. If you need to hear yourself playing, you want to lock into that click, so you need to hear it. Never be shy. Oh my God, maybe the best pro tip I could give: never be shy. If you're in a studio situation and you're paying to be there, yo, ask for what you need. If you need fucking, I need more guitar, I need more this, I need more, just say that shit into the microphone and the producer will give it to you. Like, don't hold your tongue. I see a lot of people that I work with, and even myself when I was younger, like, you do a whole take before you go, hey, the guitar's really low. It's like, nah, man, why, you just wasted 6 minutes. Like, don't do that. Alright, anyway. This is gonna be a better series than I even realized it was gonna be. It's gonna be fine. I like talking about the process. All right, let's do it. Yeah, you need to be that. Hold on. Garbage. Start over. That's not the note. See, that's gonna happen too. Another pro tip, leave it running. You can always cut it. Lost it. All right. So here we go. On the first go, we got a peek into my actual creative process. I went in with just that first idea. Played it okay in the first half, fucked it up the second time. But what we got out of that was a cool second part. So now what I'll do... Oh, wrong boy. Oh, no, right boy. I need this guy. Want to unmute my mic while I'm talking so I don't just yell into the microphone. So we got... Okay, a couple of false starts. That's fucking normal. Don't even worry about that ever. Like... It's just part of making music. You don't always play perfectly. Why did I really start in between two measures? That's not very unlike me. Hey, hold on. Really? I did that? Look at your boy. Look at your boy over here. That's fine. You just give us space in the front anyway. Wow. That really happened. Hold on. I did that? That's interesting that I did that. I don't know why that happened. Huh. Funny things that happen on stream, I suppose. Alright, so now we'll switch over. I guess this is also like sort of a logic tutorial. We'll switch over to our scissor. Hold down the command button, and you get a little scissor guy. And select both tracks at the same time, and cut. That's it. So now, all this bullshit that we did in the beginning that we don't care about, it's gone, buddy. Don't even worry about it. And then we just move this boy over. Huh, that's interesting that I did it in between measures. That's actually kind of problematic. I don't know how that happened. Honestly, it almost makes me want to do it again. I might just listen back to that first part and play it on the one. Oh, it's interesting that I did that. I wonder why that came out that way. Let's see. It moved the one over to the slide part, which is interesting. Maybe that's kismet. See, that's not the best, but that's fine. Okay, well, hold on. That's already sounding like something, right? So what we'll do is we'll learn from that, and we'll try to like. There's two schools of thought on this too, right? Like, okay, you hear that second part that came in, no, that feels like a verse to me, and obviously is a clear indication of electric guitars, right? So now we're already in a situation where this acoustic track is feeling like a sprinkler, or what I'll call a sprinkler, which is like a track that you leave in certain spots, but not the whole song, and also a guide track, right? So now we don't have to be so diligent about our performance with this track. Like, I could recut this because there was that one spot where you heard the, and I'll go over it again. Let me lower these down a little bit so they're not fucking blasting. Hold on. And again, these are dry. I just recorded these. We haven't processed them in any way, and we I don't know even know if we'll get to that today. To be honest, we're gonna take everything in the moment, because that could be a stream on its own, really. Turn the click off for playback here. We don't need that right now. All right, so there's your guitar. Right, that sounds good. This third one gets a little muffed, I think. Actually, no, that one's good too. That one's fine. It's this one here. Boom, you heard the little poof. So that could actually be very easily patched in. But let's just take the whole section. For now, it's fine. Like, this is the verse. You're gonna hear my vocal process too, which is really hilarious. It's a lot of mumble mouth and make up words. Sing some shit and put in shit like that. Alright, so we don't like this second attempt at the verse. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it right where that comes in. Right there, right? Yeah, halfway, because of my stupid, because of my ridiculousness that I did it in the middle of the measure for some reason that I can't explain. I'm telling you, it might cause problems. I guess I could just move it to the 1, but whatever. I kind of like that happened organically, let's say. So now we're living in that mode. Although now that I said that, why don't I just move it to the 1 and see if it's fine on click? You know what? We'll do that just to make our lives easier. Okay, hold on. Okay. It's on the 3? Are you fucking kidding? Oh my god, what is wrong with me? Why did I do that? Yeah, it's like weirdly in between. Oh god, we're just gonna leave it. We're just gonna leave it the way it is. Whatever. That's how I did it. It sounds great. It's fine. It's either that or recut it, because I'm not gonna go into the work that it would take to line it up properly and get it on the click. There's really no reason to. It's fine. It's actually making me laugh that I did that. Of course I would do that on the very first attempt at this. Why not? Why fucking not? So what we're going to do is, to make our lives easier, we're going to go like this, and we're going to make a cut here real quick. Boom. And then we're going to just take... So what you do is you grab the tracks you want to duplicate, and you hold down your Option button. Hold it the whole time. Click and drag. Right? I could have made the screen smaller to save myself some dragging time, but I didn't do that. I'll mention all the times I don't work efficiently, because there's a lot of that. So then you just like paste it, right? Boom. So hold the button down the whole time. Let it go. It'll make the copy. Then let go of the Alt button, or Option, if you want to call it Option. All right, we'll slide that over. Okay. Of course, it didn't want to do it for me. Nice. All right. Move this over here. Right. So now we listen back for timing. Timing right now is more important than placement. Right. I mean, whatever. I don't have the right word for what I want to say. So we'll go like this, right? That sounded good short, but let's hear it a little longer. I see, that's not good. Okay. So now we got to look at the measure numbers in both spots to see. Again, this all comes out of me doing this so stupidly off the measure. All right, we're exactly at 12, or 12. 1, we're exactly at 1, 1, 2, 3. So for our 1, 2, 3, go over here to where we actually made the cut, and we find 35, 2, 3. Oh, I'm stupid. Hello. I went dyslexic for a minute. All right. Hold on. This might not work. Yeah. Nah, it's crap. All right. So fuck it. So what you do in this instance is you don't labor, because this is, as I said, most likely a scratch track anyway. You just delete it. Oh, actually, better idea. You don't delete it. You keep one of them so you can hear the cool idea in case you don't play it as well as you played it before. Ha! That's a fucking pro tip right there. Here, we'll take this boy, move him down here. He becomes a reference take. We get rid of these boys. They don't matter anymore. None of this matters. Say okay, get out. All right. Oh no. Undo. Command Z. What are you doing, Daniel? Just a bit. There you go. Oh, also, hold up. Back to the efficiency pro tips. Don't be an asshole like me. Like, make it big. Don't worry, it's fine. I tend to work small. I don't know why I do that. It's not exactly a great habit. It's just a habit. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we'll just move this boy down here, mute him out, change the color so you don't get confused, right? So that's Option C. Give him a nice, like, he's a coward. Make him yellow. Dope. Okay, so now we have this boy. All right, boom. Leave him alone. We're gonna mute him. This time we're gonna be more mindful and actually play on the 1. And before we start, we're gonna practice that guy. See, and I already feel like the feeling has changed a little bit, so I'm gonna go back to my reference take. and hear what I did that was cool. So it was like, yo, what's going on, Ice Ice Baby? I'm working on a track in Logic today. I woke up with a song in my head, and I was like, oh man, if I get too deep into this, I'm probably not gonna stream. And then I went, you know what? I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about wanting to do something like that for a while. Let's just do it. So here we are, working on a track. Dum, 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 Cool. So it's gonna mutate because it's an improvised thing. So it's gonna mutate a little bit. That's kind of inevitable. We just roll with that. And we have the reference track there. Literally the moment it came out of my brain is right there. You know, we started with this bit that I had when we started the stream. And this bit just came into existence. And it's there now. So if I really get lost or it doesn't feel right, I can always go back and check on that. But now that we practiced it a couple times and I think I can play it without screwing up, we'll just go in and do it and see what happens. And we tune the guitar. I'm using a non. You do guitar for your band, right? Yeah, I play guitar and I sing in both bands that I'm in, and it's cool because I sing in two bands that have other people in the band that can sing. So we trade off lead vocals and we have cool harmonies and stuff like that. But yeah, play guitar, sing. Sorry, I'm moving around mic stands. So as you see, I'm using a non-standard tuning. I'm gonna keep it what it is to myself. Wizard slash magician has to have some tricks. All right, let's do it. All right, cool. We should be good. Let's go. See what happens. That bum note. Gotta stop. This is not the note. That's not the note. We don't want that. We want. Can you do The Man Comes Around by Johnny Cash? Not if I want to keep the channel unmuted. You know? You fucking play copyrighted material, you catch that mute. That channel looks a little hot. Oh, I hit the mic stand. How many times is he gonna do it? there we go. Now, it wasn't perfect, obviously. I hit that bum note more than a few times. But that is just fine. Because we got the structure of the tune. We came up with a kind of sinister sounding, maybe a little sparse bridge section that was going all like spooky. But that's cool because that can leave room for other instrumentation to come in and like make some cool atmosphere. And if I end up not liking that part, it's as simple as taking a scissor to it, and removing it from the piece, and putting some other shit that I think is cooler. But we'll see when we get there. So already, this is kind of starting to feel like a heavy track to me. I'm feeling like something that you're gonna want some distorted ass guitars on. I tend to start with acoustic, even if at the end of the process the acoustic guitar is completely removed. Most of my songs start on the acoustic guitar, just because I prioritize immediacy over anything when it comes to being creative. Because I think the freshest the idea will ever sound is the minute it comes out of your brain, and as soon as you start to fuck around, you're gonna lose it. So for me, I always do that. I always just get it down in some form or fashion immediately before you have the chance to obliterate yourself. And I actually might leave this acoustic guitar as is with the flubs in it for now, because I plan to use it really only sectionally anyway. This guitar is going to end up just sort of coming in and out of the track at different times when I feel like it will add some color, probably mostly in this chorus part, the part. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to leave it there as sort of a loose guide and actually switch my focus to electric guitar, or I could even, let me see if I get a bass actually. See now my brain, wow, my creative process trying to make it transparent is really fun actually, because it's like you see how scatterbrained and how like quickly decisions get made. Because now I'm like, well, if I just punch up those parts that suck where I play the bum notes, I could keep this and like build a bass line and and go a little deeper and maybe make the guitar sound a little nicer. I'm gonna just do what feels natural to do. I'll probably keep these around an hour, whatever we get to in an hour. So let's just hear for the spots where I flub it and cut the flubs out. It's a good lesson. It's a lesson in editing. Now, you can do this a few ways. You can keep how I prefer to do it, ye old fashioned, right? You can keep a fucking pen and paper notebook and actually write down the measure where these things occur. You can stop as soon as you get to one and cut it out. You can use the marker system. There's a marker system inside the Logic program, so you can place a marker and just get back to it later. For the sake of right now, and sort of just so that I'm doing things very hands-on, I'll stop when I get to one and edit it and take it out, just to show what that process is. That's all good. So technically, we can cut and paste that as many times as we want, especially if this ends up as just a reference track. It won't matter. I would never do that with a feature guitar, but with a guitar that you're either going to sprinkle in or it's just reference, it doesn't matter. There's your first flub. So we don't like the opening salvo of this boy, which starts at 35. No, 36. 36. So we take it to 36, right? Snap to grid, make sure it's on 36. It sounds like I'm being anal retentive, but that's not the case. Because if you're even slightly off when you try to move over a different section, it's going to sound terrible. So let's just take out a few measures to give us some room to work with. Go back to the beginning and take our original open, which will come here and slice again right on the measure. Boom, right? So we'll take four measures, right? Let's see. Oh, it's about 6 measures long, the part, so we'll take that. Take 6 measures, so we'll cut again here. Oh, I just realized I didn't. I hate when I do stupid shit like that. Cut. That's eyeball cut. Shouldn't be doing shit like that. That's bad habits. All right, put the marker there. It's what it's there for. Okay, so now what we do is, your grandpa does songs. That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's my best friend's mom, a few years back, saw me playing the conga drum in the living room, and she had this like weird look on her face, and I went up to her and I was like, "You okay? What's up?" She was like, "Man, just watching you play that drum right now, for some reason," she was like, "it just took me back, and it made me realize that you've been doing that since you could stand upright." Like she's like, "You've always just made music." She was like, "You were doing that before you could even explain why you wanted to," and it made me laugh. But yeah, man. So like, it tends to just, some of us just have that bug, man. The same way you get a bug to be a writer or a fucking fireman or anything, you know. We just really like doing it, and so we do it. So see, I took the one from the beginning and I placed it over here to get rid of that flub, right? So now you're gonna listen to it. It's gonna sound a little like fucked up and choppy. Actually, it didn't even sound that bad. Ah, you heard it there. You heard it there where it kind of popped in. So what we do there is we take this boy a little further back to the beginning of the part, like where that little feel switch happens. You see it? You can kind of see it visually. So you're still gonna hear it, but the goal is to make it sound natural. See, that sounds a little bit more natural. And then what we do is we switch out our scissor to the fade tool, right? And now again, I do everything kind of like a bricklayer. I don't get into the science of like, oh, where you should cross the waves for like maximum whatever the fuck. What we do is we just come over here and just do one of these, man. Bam. Kind of over it. Over the seam. Cover the seam. It's like putting in a stitch. Right? Just cover the seam. Boom. Right? So what that does is that cleans up your transition between the different pieces of audio. Oh, and I only did it on one because I'm fucking up. Because your boy is fucking up. So we're going to undo both of those, actually. Yeah. Undo both of those. So I'll show you how to do it right. What you do is you select all of the pieces in play. And actually, if you do this, you can just do one. And it'll, bam. There you go. See? Beautiful. That's how you do it. Right? How's that? We'll say that fade is fine. Whatever. I'm just showing how it works. Let's just see. See? And there, now you don't. It doesn't sound so harsh, like you cut it out. See? Sounds like it belongs there now. That's the idea. I'll take that shit off. Oh, got a bummer right there. All right, we go back and get it. Oof, that's a tough one. Let's see. I'll take it from right there. Oof, hurts when you hear it. All right, back to the scissor tool. Select both. Oh, click off so that's, make sure that's all you're selecting. Select both of those. Cut it right there. All right. So it's right before the boom part. We only need 2 measures, more or less. So go back to the first verse again and go to the first transition because we need the, yes, we need the 2 measures that precede that. So we need like these 2 measures right here. Oh, maybe a little further back. $16. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I was right. Boom, 2 measures. All right, so take So same thing. Click off to make sure nothing else is selected. Select both of those. You hold down shift to select multiple guys. Oh, accidentally hit my spotlight search. Don't do that. Multiple guys selected. There you go. Make the cut. We know we need 2 measures. That might not be the exact right place, actually. It might be 15 and 16 that we need. Hold on. Let me go back. I'm going to just keep that 15 and 16 in mind and go here. I want to hear actually where I did it. Yeah, I think so. I think it's 15 and 16 that we need. Let's try that. Whatever. If that's not the right placement, it at least gets us over there, and then we can figure out exactly which part we need. Let's just say it's 15 and 16. So we cut here, and we cut at 17. Beautiful. There you go. So what I'm hoping that this series turns into is like twofold. Kind of like a peek into my artistic process a little bit, but also like a fucking layman's logic tutorial. Like, you know, not by like a science wizard who's trying to talk to you like he knows what he's talking about. More like a guy who uses this to achieve his goals. Ooh, now you saw how that was a little sped up. My hand on the other take was a little sped up, so we're going to take a little bit more of the first one, and we're going to try to like mutate this together. See, it still doesn't work. It might not work, and if it doesn't work, that means we have to go in and recut this part, which is also fine. You never can be afraid to do that. You can't get mad at yourself for like variance. It's just part of playing music. Maybe it might not work. We'll try one more measure. You know, we'll try to get it. We'll try to see if we can finagle it, but you might not be able to. It's a little rushed. You can hear it. It's a little rushed. Watch the transition. See, there's a different intensity to the giddy up. Right? So like if we keep trying it, it's probably gonna keep happening. Watch. Might not be possible to take it. We're gonna try it right to this measure. This is really like the last possible spot we could make the change. Oh, got back on ship. See, that's awesome. There you go. Tap along, you know. Pop, pop, pop. There you go. There, it doesn't sound forced. It's important to do that kind of shit because if you're gonna cut, you don't want it to be something that if someone was listening to it, they could go, "Oh, you switched the guitar there." You know, you wanna have a little bit of trickery to your. Oh, hold on, can you see that to your game? You want to be able to, you know, pull it off. Like, yeah, I did. That was a straight take, man. That was me. I did that shit in my pajamas, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. You know, you want to catch that vibe. All right, that sounds fine. There we go. Like it never happened. It's kind of reminding me of Helmet. I'm catching Helmet vibes. I'm like, yeah, I fuck with that. See, here's our like spooky. I don't know if I'll keep this. Later, this could feel silly to me. But who knows? Maybe some swirly, like, moody keyboards and shit, you know? Next thing you know, you're like, I dig this. And right, and if any of these went on too long, cut it. But maybe not. It kind of sounds cool. We'll see. It could turn into like a porcupine tree type of thing where it's got like gets really atmospheric for a second, you know. And then this was sort of just like a play it out. I envisioned like a big guitar solo here. You know, one of them kind of jammies. Again, that's a technical term. Cool. This actually, yeah. And then here was the tempo variants. Uh that was. I heard the back up. That's a flub. That's gotta go. Okay, so we're gonna based on entirely on how this is feeling. I think I'm gonna keep this acoustic guitar. It probably won't run through the whole song, like I said. I'll probably just sprinkle it in and out, but this is fine. This is a fine take. That's the one we want to cut out. We'll take out 2 measures again, just for like safety. Scissor, cut that. And you know, one thing I want to say too, as far as to people wanting to get into doing this themselves at home, speed is. You know what? I cut too soon. It's later than that. But you know what? Yeah. It's one. I did it 1 measure too early. Command Z. Yeah, that's the measure. Right here. 109. Okay, so speed is important if you're working for a client, right? You can't be fumbling around the program when someone's paying you to be there. And you got to make decisions quickly and like know your edits and like do what you're doing and do it fast. You know what I mean? But if you're working at home, don't get frustrated at yourself. Like there's no reason to, you know? Like you can learn slowly. You don't have to learn fast. You don't have to work fast while you're learning. You can work as slow as you need to achieve what you're trying to get, you know? So hold on, I gotta catch what I'm actually going for here. Okay. This feels a little strange to me. All right, hold on. Let me actually catch what I'm going for. It's the first time it happens too. It's the second hit. Okay, so it's like that's the one. 113 is the measure I need. Boom. Okay, so we need 3 measures. Boom. 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so 13, 14, 15. So we'll cut it right here. And we'll slide this boy over, and we should be okay. Oh, let's do both these. All right, that's the right size. Let's see if it's the right sound. Let's see. You know what? Let's see how it's not the cleanest, but let's see how it sounds with the fade. Not the cleanest ever. You know, it don't cost nothing to try it. Give it one of these, and give it one of these, and listen back and see how you feel. That's fine. We'll leave it. You can get away with that one. It's one time in the song. It's not terrible. It's not great. If I can't live with it, I'll replace it later. That's also another thing. Oh, this is like a personal philosophy type of thing. If you have a part in a song that you're recording that keeps knocking you on the head going, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. If it's okay to let that keep happening a bunch of times, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Because as long as you get to the moment where you go, I do know about that. That's why I don't know about that. It's got to go. And take it out and replace it, and fix it. You're fine. When you leave those things, and I'm saying this as a person who has made 9 albums under my name, very quickly. 6 of them were done in 1 year as part. See, here we are learning lessons. Your boy moved a piece from the beginning of the song to use elsewhere. Or no, this was the elsewhere. What the fuck? Somebody was sleeping at the wheel. All right, now we got to find out, is this the flubbed section? Or is this the section we pulled from to fix the flub? Because your boy is making mistakes. I think that's what it is. But that happened because I didn't hold down the Alt properly. So if you drag without holding down the Alt, instead of making a copy, you're just moving the actual audio. So there you go. There's another free tip. Yeah. Okay. So that's fine. No harm, no foul. But there you go. That happens too. So when you want to copy audio, like a piece like this, remember to hold down that Alt button, right? And you'll see, boom, there it is. If you don't hold down the Alt, this is what happens. And you don't want to do that. So learn from your boy who's making mistakes. Don't do that. Okay. Right. So what was I saying? I was saying about. Oh yeah. So I've made a lot of albums. Was my point. And when I was doing those albums where I did one album a month for a whole year. 6 of those ended up being solo records. When I was doing that, I had to have a lot of pencil down moments. It's like, okay, I need 4 days to mix this or whatever the fuck. Like, I need some time, so I have to stop recording now. And so a lot of things got left that gave me that feeling of like, I don't know about that, man. And till this day, those are the moments that when I listen to the records back, those are the moments that still peek out and go, oh, I wish I would have fixed that, or I wish I would have recut that, or I wish, And I say this as a person who is very comfortable leaving mistakes in his work. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think if it has character, it's fine. It's okay if there's variance. All those things are okay. Like, it's all the little idiosyncratic moments in a song that end up making us love a song anyway. So you might as well leave them there. It's fine. So we have the part pretty well established and recorded now. We don't need this reference guitar track anymore. So what I'm going to do is just get rid of it. We know the part. It's there. We have a structure for the whole song. So now I'm feeling that the song needs to be done on electric guitar, but I'm not necessarily feeling hooking up the electric guitar and playing this whole shit that I just played again right now, because I sort of have had my creativity on that part for right now. So even though we don't plan for the song to be based around acoustic, we do plan for these to be the parts of the song. So we can leave this and build on top of this and put the electric guitars in and figure out that blend anytime we want. So if we're going to be like rocking with it for a minute, what I like to call this phase is the quick EQ phase. Turn your shit on, right? I like to get rid of these guys just so I'm not looking at them, right? Go to your first track, get your EQ, right? So now we're kind of considering these as one guitar sound, because this is just going to be a nice fat acoustic guitar, right? So what we do is we can solo out each one, right? And this is just to get the tone that you want for the guitar, because when you're actually mixing, it's kind of pointless to solo tracks too often, because you're not mixing one track, you're mixing a whole song. So you need to hear the way things play off of each other to get that true sense of what you're doing. Now, philosophically, I tend to EQ subtractively, where I focus more on taking things out that I don't like than I do trying to boost frequencies that feel low. I'm not here to preach right or wrong on that. That's just how I do it. This is the farther away guitar, so it's okay that it's a little. For me, it should be a little deeper. Like we're gonna apply more reverb to this guitar than we will to the. Oh no, this is the near guitar. I'm an asshole. Hold on. Well, that changes philosophy a little bit. Like let's. I'm accentuating the wrong things. Okay, this is the one close. So we never mind. So we want to do the opposite of what I was doing. We want to get some more of my hand in there, the attitude of my playing. I cut some of this high end because I know the way my voice sits, and I kind of want to leave that real estate for my voice. But yeah, see, we want a little bit of that jank of me playing. I thought I was EQing the fire guitar. So funny. But see, you see how I was able to change the feel of it very quickly with just a few movements of the EQ. And this is your EQ. For people who don't know it, this is the low end. This is the high end. The reason you see this big cut here is you see this empty space of no frequency. This is all bass response that is not in the guitar. So what you do is you just literally hard cut that out because it's playing no factor in your guitar part anyway. And this is muddying up what will be space for the bass to play. So by the same token, I didn't do it as extremely because I want the acoustic guitar bouncing off the walls and shit in there. So we don't take all the high end that I'm not using out, just so that you still get that, like, you know how it kind of like has movement. So that's why we don't do as extreme a cut on the high. But on the low, we just take out all that shit we're not using because you don't need it. All right. And again, so now we're going to solo this, right? Because we're treating this as one tone, I'm getting what I like about each one, and then we'll hear them together. And then when you hear them together, then you adjust with them both playing to make sure that you got it right. Okay, so here, again, we cut out the low we don't need. Right here, we take some of my hand out. Right? And we're going to sculpt a little bit. All right, I'm not really feeling the way the treble came out on this mic. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for the lower end of the faraway guitar. So open that back up a little bit. Cut this a little bit more. Yeah, make this a little tougher sounding guitar. Right? So when you hear them together, you got a more complete tone, right? Cool. So this boy, again, the far guitar, we're going to put a little bonus reverb on, right? So we're going to go... Well, hold on. First, before I do that, we'll do that at the end to show why I'm doing it. Take these solos off because there's no reason to solo the only 2 tracks. Take those records off. Save. Hey, often and always. Save all the fucking time. Save. Just save your work. Save it. I save it. Save yours. Trust me. Just fucking save all the time. Shout out to anyone who knows, as your Zoom. Shout out to anyone who knows Logic or just recording in general. If you're watching the stream and you sat there the whole time going, motherfucker, save your work. You're right. I'm wrong. You are 100% right. I am 100% wrong. Save often and always. Command S. Just Command S. Just like put Command S into your fucking memory bank and use it like all the time. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to, remember I said we're treating this as one guitar tone, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to send these guitars to a bus. Now this shit confused me for years. Just fucking years. This confused me. You go to your output, you go to your bus, select the bus. I don't know if it matters which number you pick. You can start from fucking 24 if that's what you feel so inclined, as far as I'm concerned. If anybody has more knowledge than me on that, you can correct me. So we take bus 1, right? We go to output, we send both of these to bus 1. So now, in layman's terms, here's what's happening. So now anything that you put in this bus will affect any track that you send to that bus, right? So we have both of these, you see. You can tell they're sent because it says it's going to bus 1. Why is there no... What the fuck? Am I stupid? Am I out of my mind? Where's the EQ I just did for the other guitar? Did I undo that? I must have accidentally undid that. What the fuck? While I was saving, I must have accidentally hit undo. Well, that sucks. All right, let's go get that again. Fucking hell. All right, no problem. We were being efficient. Okay, so same philosophy as before. Cut out the bass, but cut out a little less bass, right? Or was I on the output channel? Hold on, let me see. Sometimes that happens by accident. Hit the mixer real quick. Let me see. No. Oh yeah, so I must have just accidentally undid it. Well, there you go. Little things happen while you're working. If anything, I'm treating every single instance that happens as something where I can talk about process. Okay, so we're going to bring the hand out of this. Sculpt those highs down a little bit. Yeah. We want this to be a little bit more gruff. Right, and again, hear them together. Cool. Got a nice round acoustic tone. All right. So fast forward to where I just was. We have them on the bus now, right? So when we get to the bus, let's go 12 and 8. Okay. So here we go. We go to the bus. For the sake of right now, too, because I'm talking, I'm going to lower these volumes a lot to 12 and 20. I'll just go from there. Yeah, that's why I can talk over it. All right, awesome. So we go to the bus. Anything you put on the bus will affect all the tracks that you have sent there. So for this, we're going to go to my Waves plugins, and we're going to get the CLA Unplugged. Now, I like to use this plugin. You will find some other plugin. Oh, hello. Doing a lot of things at once. You'll find some other plugin that you really like. Logic comes... This is a Waves bundle. This is separate from Logic. I've been using these plugins for a very long time. Logic comes with a bunch of great shit on its own that you can mess with. You don't ever need to spend $1 to make really cool sounding shit. You can, and there's beautiful shit out there that's worth your money. But fucking use the resources you have. In a lot of ways too, I almost like would rather use the Logic plugins just because they're universal and anyone could use them. But for now, I'm going to use this because I like the way it sounds. So as you see, there's already a lot more going on. So now we sculpt, right? Raise that bass, you hear what it sounds like. It's like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. But that's a little too much. So we take it down some. Click every knob. Click. See, that's that like boomy sound. We don't really love that. That's with the sub. That sounds really nice. See what I'm saying? You can click on it. We like the sub the best, right? And so we're going to take this and test how it feels at different volumes. Take it out. Put it up. We realize that a slight boost sounds the coolest, right? Cool. Do the same thing with the treble. Blast it, you know? That bite is cutting in an interesting way. That top sounds kind of clean. Don't really get anything off that roof. We like the top. You cut it. Well, that sounds terrible. 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 Oh, wait a minute. You stop. Boom. It's a little sharp. So we take it down some. Right. So now here we come to the compressor. Now the compressor is going to squash your dynamics between your lows and your highs. Right. And you got different settings on that. So same thing. Kind of blast it within ear tolerance. Back it up because we don't really... Although, actually, I like the harshness of this section. It's giving me a... bank. Less, right? Same thing with the reverbs. Go over here, play with them. Right, this is a huge reverb, right? You get a little bit of slap delay on that. Sounds pretty good. Let's hear what we get. A little too much. Let's lower one of these reverbs. Put a little bit more delay on there. Second thoughts on the highs. Feeling a little attacky. So we'll bring that back down some. All right, now we're going to revisit our EQ now that we have our overall tone. Tighten this up a little bit. And don't be afraid to like mess with all these things and see what they do. See, this changes the broadness of how much of the band you're fucking with. And it's okay to get in there and mess with all those settings. And like, if you're worried about a move you're trying, just save before you do it. And you can always undo. Command Z is there for you to undo. And there we go. So that's a decent sounding acoustic guitar. And again, we're working, so you don't have to get the final mix that you're going to release to the public the day that you record it. And inevitably, as you put more shit into it, your feelings about, like, you're like, right now you're like, okay, that's a cool acoustic guitar tone. I'm digging that. I'm feeling that. That's doing good things for me. Once you have a bass in there, you could be like, I don't like the way this section sounds. You know, it could change immediately with one instrument or a vocal. Anything could change it completely. So you don't worry about that. You just move on. You get it to where it sounds good in every moment of the process. Right now, that acoustic guitar sounds fine. And like, so now here we sit. We have acoustic guitars recorded. We have the basic structure of the song for now. And we go, what do we want to do? Well, I have some vocal ideas percolating. They've been percolating the whole time we've been sitting here. I am a little self-conscious about doing the vocal process on stream, so it might hinder anything coming out that I like. Lyrics and vocals for me, that's the naked part. So we might not get a result if I try that now. We could go for bass and see if we get a quick bass line to come out. I love playing bass. Let's do that, and also because more instrumentation means more inspiration to sing, you know? So let's try that real quick. Let's see if we can get anywhere on a bass. I just realized that I muted this fucking buzz in my ear from the bass, and it's probably been in the whole stream. I'm sorry about that. Fuck. I muted it on the thing that goes to my headphones, but I forgot that doesn't actually mute it on the channel. Fuck. Sorry if that's the, I'm gonna have to watch back and be like, motherfucker, you ruined it. That's okay. You know what? It's a pilot. I'm learning. Let's play some bass. That tone sounds awesome. Don't gotta do shit to that. That sounds beautiful. All right. So we'll go. Sorry. Oh my God. I'm so stupid. I should know better than that. You think you've done enough streams? I should have went and checked it in another room. Sorry about that. That just kind of broke my heart. I'm not gonna lie. God damn it. Ooh, that is a chunky bass. We're gonna lower it a little bit more just to stay out of the red. Cool. And now we're gonna tune it because you gotta tune your instrument. So in here, if you click this I, and you go over here and you go to metering, you find a tuner, Hit that, boom. I can't believe I fucking did that, man. That really bothers me. As you see, I'm in E flat. Most of my stuff's in E flat. Let's do it. Cool. All right. So I have no idea what I'm going to play yet. So what we do is we put this down here, label it as bass. Give it a color you want to look at. For me, that's like orange. Again, that's option C to bring up the colors. Put a nice chunky orange on it. We'll start with a pick, just to figure out what I'm playing, and then if we need to, we'll go to the fingers. Get a little more treble in that bass. See, so what we're doing now is we're just fucking around to see if we come up with anything. Hold on, there's something in there. One more time. All right, cool. I got something. So now, again, this is how my creative process works. We just dive in. We'll probably make a lot of mistakes and not be able to play it straight through, but it doesn't matter. We just got to capture the vibe. So let's go. Okay, 2 in the front. 2 for nothing in the front. There we go. Let's go. Already fucked up. fucked up. Okay, but here's the thing. The chorus sections both sucked, but the verse section was great, so we keep that. We just keep that. So what I'll do to make my life easier is I'll just make a duplicate track and work off that, and then just kind of paste it back in, right? So let's say, for example, we'll just duplicate. This is your duplicate button, by the way. Makes an exact duplicate of the track you're using. We go back and we start from the top, and we mute this because we know we have that section and it's good. If we catch lightning in a bottle and it's perfect, we don't need it. That's fine. But we have the section that we like and we're going to keep, so we keep that there. We go back and we start again. I don't have this section. So now we go like this. And I like the feel of the first one I played on that first verse a little bit better. So what we're going to do is we're going to make cuts. So now we have to pay a little bit of attention, right? So instead of muting, we solo. We find exactly where we want to take this boy from. Which is we want to take a no. Right, don't. That's where we want it. Don't. Right on don't. Which comes in between a measure, but that's the way the song goes. So you just take that. You go right to as close as you can, which in this instance is right about. We'll see. Let's do the blend. Do the blend right on it because it makes the most sense. So we'll take it from like right here, right? So what we do is we just go to the scissor and we do the cut to make sure that they're even and we're moving it in the right spot. We just go like that and go like that. See? They're lined up. Perfect. So now what we do is get rid of that shit. Right? And then move this boy up. And it's the same as we did before. I'm so sorry about that buzz, man. It's a buzzkill, man. It's a buzzkill. It's a real bummer that happened. I'm so stupid. I should have checked it. That's all right. First episode is always going to be problems. Next time that won't be a factor. I just had a loose cable. I didn't plug it in. I'm plugging in and I wasn't thinking about the fact that y'all were going to be able to hear it even though I muted it in my gimmick, which is so stupid, so obvious. So now we solo this boy out to hear it, right? It's going to go. I'll lower that shit down. That shit is loud. And I kept the bass loud on purpose because there's like a natural thump that's happening. I recorded it loud because there's a natural thump that's happening there that I really, really like. So we're going to keep that thump because you don't trade thump like that. Okay, I hit 36. We'll take it from 30. Oh, back to the scissor. Give me that scissor. scissors tool. Boom. Cut at 36. Boom. Perfect. Slide that shit up right there like that. Oh. Command Z. Again, you can open this up so you're making better cuts than I am. Don't let my bad habits fuck with you. Fade tool. Same dealy. Boom. So now we don't need this guy. He can go. All right. So we didn't quite nail the transition into the chorus because I was concerned. So when we go back, we're going to do that last section. Make sure we get it right. But we got to find what the fuck the bridge is because that shit was very improvised. I think it's there. That's all you're gonna, yeah. You know, goon it out. Okay, cool. So we'll go like, first we'll go. You can barely hear the bend. Then we'll slide up. So it's like real fucking Halloween. We'll get an organ in there too to accentuate that later. All right, so let's go. Hold on. I gotta take that. Hold on. It confused me. I gotta take this last boy out. This gotta go. That gotta go. So I can play it and make a natural transition. Okay. Put it a little further back. I didn't know those last two notes. That's really funny. All right. I forgot that it changed at the very end. Okay. Put that there. Slide it up. Okay. Get rid of those last two notes. And I gotta see what these are. Let's see. Wait, hold on. Which one is right? Okay, we'll do that. Let's do that. Let's see how that sounds. It actually might be really cool. All right, I might just hold up and let the guitar do the last two changes. Let's see how that sounds. Might be cooler. I'm not sure about that. Let's hear it back. Let's put it in here back, and then I gotta take these out because I played it at the wrong fucking. I thought it came back there. Get rid of that. Okay. So give me like just this last note, and let's see what that sounds like. Let's do one of these. All right. Let's see if that works. You know what? I think I like it without these two notes. Is really what it comes down to. Just let this go. Boom. Let that bass kind of like feed back on itself for a while. We'll like fill up that space with other things. But let's go like. Let's make a decision right now. Let's take these two chords out. Cause I feel like it just went on. It droned too long with these two chords. So let's see if we can. Do we like it like this? Can we just get rid of these boys altogether? We'll put some kind of swell, to bring us back. We can also go like this. See, this is at the beginning of a measure, right? And there's nothing slave to it, so we can literally do that and see how we feel about that. And you know what? We feel good about that is what we do. So we tighten this up so you don't hear the trail of that old guitar. That's no longer in play. And there you go. We shorten the song a little bit, but it's fine. So now we just have to get this boy to come back right. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, go. Two mistakes. One mistake, cool. Two mistakes, you suck. Three mistakes, jazz. Shout out to Alex. There, see, your boy making mistakes. Your boy fucking up today. It's because I'm on stream, man. When you're on stream, you do dumb shit. Wow, it goes. It translates to logic. Also, that's insanity. When did that? Okay, all right. Anywhere else in the song I accidentally created a gap I didn't mean to? No. Okay, good. So stupid, Dano. Just get rid of that whole shit. All right. This boy was fine. We'll move him up. Oh, too much. We'll fix that fade later. Y'all, we already went through that concept. Y'all know what's going on there. Now, I played kind of hacky and aggressively there on purpose. We're going to listen back and hope that it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And then what I think we'll do is, look, see, now that I can hear it in my headphones, Now y'all don't have to hear that terrible buzz. Dan, you suck. Sorry about that. Ugh, this whole stream. It's the pilot. It's the pilot. Let's not worry about it. Let's not beat ourselves up too much. That's all right. How are we doing on uptime? Oh shit, an hour and a half. Okay. I was thinking I would keep them to an hour, but fuck it. We went an hour and a half. So what I'm gonna do for now is I'm gonna just put this in place, get the beginnings of a bass tone, and then walk away for now because, as I said, I don't want to. Ooh, these are slightly off from each other here. All right, well we're just gonna paste it from in here and hope that it works. All right, let's see. Let's just do one of these boys. It does a little doubling. Does a little doubling there, but you know what? I don't mind it. It makes me sound a little bit cooler. We'll just fade that in and it should be fine. All right, now let's hear it. All right, so now let's throw a fade here. Everywhere we punched in, throw a quick fade. Make sure that it's. You can always clean these up later if it sounds off or like not professional enough. You know, you can clean it up later. Again, the creative process and the mixing process is two very different things. So you can't fix it in the mix. Don't believe that for a second. If the take is garbage, the take is garbage. But what you can do is clean up your edits in the mix. You know. All right, so again, we'll take this volume way the fuck down. Let's go ahead and get a bass tone. Again, taking the volumes down so I can talk over them for now. Same deal here. You pull up an EQ, right? But it's bass, so you're dealing with a little bit different. I want to take out some of that super low end because it's a little bit too rumbly, but not a ton. Leave it in there because it's cool. You know, it's bass. Actually, I'll make it a little bit louder because bass. You gotta feel a little bit. It's got a thump. Okay, I'm gonna take out some of this super high that I don't need, and de-emphasize the high end just a little bit because I hear that push of the frets a little too much. Cool. I'm taking down the mid some so we get some high and low contrast. And take out some of that boom because it's a little thuddy. Cool. That sounds great. Okay, and then I am in love with the bass amp designer that comes with Logic. This thing is great. This is an awesome tone, actually. This might already be the tone. I have presets that I use usually, but I actually am really feeling that. Okay, let's come down a little bit on the mids and the treble. Ooh, what was that transition? Oh, it's fine. Just hit my ear weird. You know what? For now, I'm gonna leave that kind of like that. No, well, here's the test. Put it with the music. Back to the top. Now we gotta bring the bass up. Yeah, see? Hear it with the music. Not that in love with it. Back to my usual tone. Boy likes what he likes. That sounded real good now. See, now with the bass in there, now I'm also not as in love with the reverb on the guitars. Now there's too much reverb. So now we go back and we fuck with that real quick. Just bring these knobs down, especially the big boy. Nice. Sounds great. Something I don't know. I just realized I went from verse to bridge, which is cool. I probably have a guitar that's like, you know, lots of tremolo. Cool. All right. I think we're gonna call it a stream there. We got a bass down. We got some guitars down. We talked about philosophy. Y'all saw me make a bunch of stupid mistakes along the way and do dumb shit, which is also part of the process. I guess I should decide if I want to. I guess this will be a philosophical decision I'll have to make off stream. If now, do I want to only work on this song on stream, or would it be more fun to do whatever comes naturally and be able to show the things that I've added in as like a, hey, here's how far it's come since the last time. I guess the real answer is you have to respect the artistic whims, right? So if I catch fire to do this and it's not a time where it's convenient to stream, I'm going to put some shit in there. But weirdly enough, melding the two worlds is kind of making me excited to just do another stream where I continue working on the tune. So we'll see. I've never done anything this transparent with the creative process before. It's kind of fun, actually. It felt nice to be talking. I realized how much I actually talk to myself while I'm doing these things. So it's just sort of doing that into a microphone. But yeah, if you catch this episode later or whatever, DannyAxelSunday@gmail.com is my email, or you can go down below and go to the Facebook page for the channel. I'd love some feedback on this. I know I left that stupid buzz in, but we'll move past that. I think this is a cool idea, and I think if I do this, I could probably stream even more often, because one of the major things that takes me out of the stream space is wanting to work on my creative stuff. So I wouldn't want to do this every time I'm being creative, but you know, like once a week or even once every 2 weeks, fucking once a month, it doesn't matter. You know, I could sprinkle this in. This was fun. I had fun. Hope if you're new to Logic, I hope maybe you caught something off this. That'd be cool. If you have any Logic questions that I can answer, I will answer them. I wouldn't say I'm a fucking Logic pro or anything, but I know my way around it. Fair enough. Yeah, do good things. I'll be back later with something. Probably no more Heroes. I want to play a little more of that. I don't know about Dragon Quest today. Maybe I'll take a day off. Whatever. We'll figure it out. Love you guys. Thank you for indulging me. This was a lot of fun for me. I really was like a new wrinkle. Shmoney. Get it. It's all about it. You need it to live. Peace.